Hey everybody, do you know what this means? It means that I'm making repetitive videos, and I'm running out of ideas, and I'm crazy. No, alright. 5:35. Basically what this means is that, let me see, 10 o'clock this morning would have been 96 hours, so I was actually sleeping when the 100-hour mark passed at 2 o'clock. So basically I've been off of cigarettes now for 103 hours and about 20 minutes, so I mean, I basically started my last cigarette at 10:04, but I didn't finish it, until like 10:15, 10:10 or something, so I don't think I've even combed my hair since I got up from my nap, so I'm probably looking a little crappy, but oh well. Anyway. So, where's my book at? I was going to show it to you, but yeah, Dean R. Koontz, The Husband. I don't know what kind of a title that is, but this is the book I've been reading on my breaks. It's gotten me through. Between this and Starburst, I've been pretty much okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. I was going to save it and just read it on my breaks and nowhere else so that it would last longer, but I brought it inside because it's getting good. Now I'm up to like page 55. It's about a guy who, basically says right on the cover, it says, "We have your wife, and you can get her back for $2 million cash." And that's basically what the story's about. So this guy, his wife gets kidnapped, and, well, so far, it's a little bit more complicated than that, though. Somebody else gets murdered in the process, and whatever, it goes on. I also have this CD on in my car, Bush Razorblade Suitcase. I have a lot of these albums where it's like somebody will put out an album and it's really huge, but I don't get that album, and then they put out a second album and I do get the second one. This is one of those cases. See, I couldn't tell you a thing about 16 Stone, but I know Razorblade Suitcase like the back of my hand, and this is like one of my favorite albums ever. It's just listening to it now, it sounds almost like a concept album of some sort. There is some weird shit going on this album. There's a lot of weird silence. They use a lot of silence in between chords, and sometimes it goes on for so long you think they've totally, like the song has ended, and then it comes back and it's like, oh wait, we're on the same song here, and it's like, man. The song Cold Contagious, I don't know how that ever became a single, because that would never... People today don't have the attention span to listen to something like that, and it's hard to believe that much has changed in 10 years, but I think it has. I remember when they had the CD on the jukebox at the bowling alley, since there's no numbers next to the song titles on the back, they had to type up a list of them, but they skipped one of the song titles, so from about halfway down, they had the wrong numbers next to the song titles, so everyone was going in and requesting Mouth, and what they were actually hearing was A Tendency to Start Fires instead, so this one time I went in there and I was like, holy shit, you mean A Tendency to Start Fires is the most popular song? Because that was one of my favorites, even though it wasn't a single, and I was just like, holy cow. And then I realized that they had screwed up the numbers, and so that's how it got popular, because it wasn't that song people wanted to hear, it was Mouth. Because that song became kind of big, actually. Usually the fourth single doesn't become the biggest one, but Mouth was the biggest single. That very rarely happens. Yeah, there's some funny stuff on here too. The Insect Kin. That song is hilarious. He just gets louder and louder and louder, and he's sitting there like, I never noticed you. You were the first one. You were the center. And he's just... That would be like the ultimate fun song to lip sync to in a video. Maybe I'll do that sometime. I don't know. Yeah, but it's a pretty good album. It gets really weird towards the end. It starts getting all sleepy and snory. There is one song on here called Communicator. It sounds like snoring. That's what it literally sounds like. It sounds like somebody snoring. It's just, it goes on with this weird guitar riff, and all of a sudden it busts out with something that sounds like somebody breathing in sharply in the middle of their sleep or something. And then they have Bone Driven, which is like every rock band has that point where they start using strings. Live was doing something similar about the same time with Secret Samadhi, and that's what Bush was doing with songs like Bone Driven and Straight No Chaser. Straight No Chaser, that's a cool song too. And then right at the end they have this song called Distant Voices, which is like, you've been hearing all this weird stuff all through the album, and then they have this regular little pop song at the end. It's just awesome. I love this album. So So, but yeah, I couldn't tell you a thing about 16 Stone. I don't know nothing about that except for the singles, and then I know the song Alien, which is like depressing, and then there's like the song Ex-Girlfriend, which is like a minute long. But so I guess a 7 out of 12 ain't bad. Well, yeah, there really isn't much else to talk about, so I'm probably just going to turn this off. Still working on that flip book. I really want to get that done because I've decided what music I want to use for it now, so I'm going to use that. I've been thinking about it at work like all day. Maybe, just maybe, I can get it done with my 2 days off, as long as I got something to keep myself distracted. Somehow I ended up on the UK YouTube here. I ended up on the wrong country. I don't know how that happened. But no, I'm back on the US again, so that's good. Man, I gotta take a dump. I'm sorry, I gotta go, you guys. Yeah, I'm sure too much information, I know. Oh well, too bad. Take care.